Moldy rice?
It's DIY sake.
You have pre-sake? You have sake pre?
Sake pre, yes.
I have a bad feeling that we're live. We are live.
We're live.
I figured I should mention, I think we went live on the word sake pre.
I think Alkali just bit his lip.
Shut up.
Who's going to introduce
Hello, everyone, and welcome to I Comedy Better When I've Had a Few. We have been on a chat since Kage started talking on a different stream, and we've had a few. Let's go through introductions, starting over here with our lawyer friend. Who are you, and what do you do?
I'm Boozy, and I got rice.
Let's go to our chemist friend. Who are you, and what do you do?
I'm Rice, and I got booze.
I'm Alkali. I am the epitome of booze, and I want rice. We're here. Thank you for joining us, everyone. If you've never been to one of these before, myself and my friends are going to have a conversation. We hope you enjoy. We hope you get involved in the story. But let's start with what's important. So, Kage, you once lived in Chicago.
Yes.
Love Chicago. How did you find Chicago?
Oh, it was easy. I just went to Indiana and kept on going. Well, okay, Chicago and me did not really get along. I did a postdoctoral assignment in Chicago just after I got my PhD. And, well, okay, I've been told that the reason I didn't like Chicago was because of where I lived. I lived on the south side, just like the song talks about. I was in Hyde Park. It's called Hyde Park because that's what you want to do the entire time you live there. I was telling Alkali earlier about one of my favorite eating establishments. I don't know if it's still there. It was on 51st Street. I call it Harold's Famous Fried Chicken Shack and Crack House. It was a nondescript little restaurant-y looking thing, but when you opened the door, it was just a hallway, a narrow hallway, the width of a door that went back about 15 feet, and the walls were covered with grease running down the walls like a doom wad or something. When you got to the end of this hallway, you turned left, there was a window with thick bulletproof glass and a bulletproof Lazy Susan in it. The idea is you would shout your order through the little thing to the lady. You would put your money in the Lazy Susan. She'd spin it round, take your money, and put your chicken order in through there and then spin it back. Well, I was in there one day. They don't have an extensive menu. It's basically chicken and other chicken. That's what Harold serves, is chicken. So I put my $3, whatever it was then, in the Lazy Susan, and I was waiting for them to make my chicken. And the door opened, and a homeless gentleman came in. He looked like he had just finished auditioning for a George Romero film. He came shuffling up to me with his eyes with no pupils. The pupils were so small I couldn't see him. And he was speaking the drunk language. You might have heard that if you've heard my wine streams, the one that's all vowels. And
now, hold on, the Chicago drunk language has one more thing. We use why. We always ask why.
Well, I was asking why I was in that circumstance at the time.
Well played.
A blind hallway, bulletproof glass on this side, the zombie coming at me. I'm pounding on the glass. And the lady looked at me and I'm saying, zombie! And then she looked around and then she disappeared. And the zombie was getting closer, doing the proper shuffle, looking like Boris Karloff in The Mummy. Now, there was just a wall behind me. The wall opened. The entire wall was apparently a door. And on the other side of that door was a handsome African-American gentleman that I shall simply refer to as Kong. Kong ducked his head under the door jamb and squeezed his shoulders through and looked down at the zombie who said, and decided to go, eat somebody else's brain. So I'm watching him retreat, and I turned around, and I'm looking at Kong's belt buckle. And I looked up, and he looks down at me. He's got this little tiny white bag in his hand. He looks down and says, "You order the quarter dork?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Here you go." So that's one of my favorite memories of the South Side of Chicago.
Now, I have to ask, you said the zombie was doing the proper shuffle, correct?
Yes, he was.
Was it the Super Bowl shuffle? Look at Alkali. He's seen it.
I am going to call him and have her come in and smack you.
Now, Boozy, I brought you down to Chicago before, and the last time you were down here, we introduced you to all-you-can-eat meat.
Fogo de Chao, the meat faucet.
That's right.
Oh.
But on the way there, we're not going to talk about the all-you-can-eat meat, because then you'd enjoy your life. You'd be talking about something you would enjoy. Instead, we brought you down to Chicago so you could help me at a meeting. A very particular meeting that had a very particular reason for happening. Would you like to talk about that?
Should I, as a competing convention chairman, leave the room?
Oh, no, you need to hear this.
Not only has it been more than 2 years, but tomorrow, during your convention horror stories panel, I'll be at work, so I can't join you. So I am vicariously telling you one of my all-time favorite convention horror stories through my good friend and savior of First Squared, the Boozy Barrister. Continue, my friend.
What is the rating on this panel before I tell this story?
Fuck it. It ain't Marcon. Just do whatever the hell you want.
Wonderful. So there I was, sitting at home, having a wonderful evening after First Squared, when I get a message from a large man wearing a top hat. And the message reads, "Hey, dude, you up?" I respond, yes, I am. And he goes, I got a problem. I go, what is it? And he goes, first, I need to know, are you willing to come to Chicago? I, of course, did the smart thing and said, I'm not going to agree to travel across 4 states until you tell me why you're contacting me. He says, I'm not going to tell you why I'm contacting you until you agree to travel across 4 states. My curiosity got the better of me. I decided that I would agree, and he sent me 2 documents. One was, it was 2018, wasn't it? One.
Yes, yeah, that's or 2017, or whatever.
18.
We'll go with
one was the door size security log for First Square 2018. The other was the hotel security log for First Square 2018. The latter was much larger than the former, as tends to happen.
Yeah.
I reviewed the Dorsai log. I reviewed the hotel log. I contacted him and I said, exactly what do you need me for? And he said, next week we're meeting with the hotel to talk about the contract. I would like you to be present. Now, keep in mind, I was not mentioned in these security logs because unlike most of you, I have 2 fucking brain cells.
Yeah.
And I can rub them together to get a spark that makes an intelligent fire. Whereas you assholes just spray moron gasoline all over the place and strike a goddamn match. This log contained a number of incidents. It contained a gentleman who, when faced with the police whilst imbibing in an illicit substance, took off running at top speed holding a door handle in his hand. It contained incidents of people being locked out of their rooms while drunk, and in one occasion, somebody being abandoned in the lobby by their roommate while they went to the hospital to have their stomach pumped. These were not the incidents of concern, however. The incidents of concern that led to the calling of the meeting fell into 2 specific incidents. One was a report of a gentleman laying naked on a bed in a room with an open door, as a line of 10 men wearing strap-ons took turns on him.
Yo!
The second was an incident reported of 2 people in the lobby on Saturday night with a crowd of folks gathered around them. engaging in oral debate. Mass debate, I should say. As the crowd chanted, "Eat the meat. Eat the meat. Eat the meat." So I say that, and I say, yes, I most certainly will fly out to attend this meeting, because even if I can't help, I definitely want to see this shit show go down. So I fly out. I get there on Friday evening. My good friend Alkali picks me up from the airport, drives me to his home. We all get together with the people who are going to be at the meeting, and we have a discussion that evening about it. And I, putting on my lawyer hat, address the concerns. I say, if you read the logs, A, the Dorsai log doesn't reflect any of the major incidents. B, the hotel log is mostly hearsay. It's not a hotel employee saying, I saw, but rather somebody saying that they saw something to a hotel employee. And we both know that during that particular convention, there was a high school sports team staying at the hotel that was the cause of much consternation. So we can combat it by saying these are hearsay reports from biased parties, and you have not a single credible instance. Plus, listen to these descriptions. They sound ridiculous. I mean, a group of 10 people running a train on a guy with strap-ons, people filleting each other in the lobby, at which point Dragor said, well, if you stop and think about it. And I said, Dragor, shut the fuck up.
That is a real thing that happened in the car ride to the hotel, and I almost drove off the road.
Yeah, on the car ride, I'm like, how would that even work? Why would 10 men in a room with another man need strap-ons to run a train? That's just ridiculous. And Drago goes, well, wearables are a thing. And I said, maybe you don't fucking talk at the meeting. And man drove off the road. So we get to the hotel. We sit down. It is myself, our wonderful friend Alkali, your current First Square Con chair, Dragor, a representative from the Dorsai, who we demanded would be pregnant, and Beardo the Magnificent John.
Excuse me, demanded would be what?
The man who would become your con chair, Dragor.
Okay, my hearing must be bad, because I thought you said a member of the Dorsai whom we demanded would be pregnant.
Oh yes. A member of the Dorsai who we demanded to be president. They had an issue with the Dorsai providing security, saying that they weren't a real security force. So our suggestion was the Dorsai liaison come with a history of the organization to show that they had a long experience of providing security for these types of conventions. And they were indeed not just a bunch of weirdos in berets and kilts.
Thank you.
Anyways, we sit down. They have the general manager of the hotel and I believe the restaurant manager of the hotel there. And they have in front of them a rather large binder. And that binder is filled with incident reports and pictures of hotel rooms and things like that. And we let them go for a little bit as they go through it. And they're showing this picture and look at the state of this room and look at the state of that room. Go for a minute or two. And Dan, of course, is sitting here doing this because he's looking at this asshole flew me out to Chicago, had put me up, had fixed me meals, and here I am just listening to him rag on the convention like this. So Dan's sitting here like, speak up, asshole. I'm out a lot of money.
Yes.
At which point I let them get, maybe a couple minutes in, and then I said, one question before we continue. Do you have the names of anybody whose rooms are pictured in there? Well, no. Do you have any first-person accounts in there, or is it all reports from other people? I said, well, they're mostly reports from other people. I go, okay, so that's all hearsay, and we're not going to talk about it. And they looked at me kind of shocked, and then they closed the binder, and I said, now, why don't we turn to the question of eat them?
Hold on. I'm sorry. They looked at you and closed the binder. I have never seen a more disappointed group of adults in my life. They couldn't close the binder under their own power. One gentleman started to close it, slid it over to their partner, who finished the closing process, and if they were a cat, would have knocked it off the table. In 1 minute, I went from being terrified to the future of a convention that I truly believe is what I wanted to offer the furry fandom as something that I think we could all use to, we're cool, this man has us, the hotel is terrified of his existence.
Well, we brought up Eat the Meat. And I said, so you're telling me that you had a report the next morning of two people in their lobby filleting each other with a crowd standing around screaming, "Eat the meat." Yes. I said, but none of your employees saw it and reported it. It had to be reported to you by another guest the next morning. And the restaurant manager he goes, well, wait a second. My bartenders saw it. And I said, your bartenders saw it and didn't say anything? That doesn't sound like a con issue to me. That sounds like an employee problem. It got contentious. We resolved it when we brought up the hotel room. I said, and I actually used to say, I said, why would 10 men need to wear strap-ons and then just did this to Dragor?
He did. He absolutely did. We laughed about that for about a week afterwards, just so you know.
So the general manager said, well, maybe we can see where this is coming from. We said, well, why don't we talk about solutions to your concerns? And we start going through some solutions like, well, why don't you throw a room contest? Why a cleanest room contest? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? They're like, well, we want to have off-site third-party security next year that you'll pay for. I'm like, well, if we're paying for it, we want 3 bids, and we're going to bring in our own bidders as well, and we're taking the lowest one, and we don't want it through the whole convention. We only want it on the residential floors at night between this hour and this hour, and they'll have to refer everything to con security so that they can both go to the hotel security. They talked about taking away breakfast. Which we kept 1 day of breakfast. But Alkali, what did we get in concession for breakfast?
Hold on. The actual concession for breakfast? We got a lot of concessions. You're going to have to remind me which one we got for
the internet.
Thank you. We explained to them that furries need their connection to the world. So somehow we got the hotel to agree that if we only do breakfast on Sunday, a free continental breakfast for hungover furries, that they would give us free internet, to which I'm going to skip ahead to the day after the convention where they told us, and I quote, "We have unlimited internet and you used it all."
Normally, and you don't know this, normally when an event's held in the hotel, they actually do have to pay like internet charges for it.
Yep.
Based on what they think the usage will be. The breakfast, I remember exactly how we got the concession for breakfast and spun it as well. It's really to your benefit that we're keeping the breakfast when you want to get rid of all of it. Because they said, well, we can't afford to do the free breakfast anymore. I said, well, it sounds to me like you have a lot of concerns about Saturday night and partying and people being out there and causing damage. And you know what puts people to bed early on a Saturday night? A free hot breakfast on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, they jumped on that pretty hard, I remember. I liked that one.
How much did we end up saving the con? Because not only they're like, we're going to terminate the contract and renegotiate it. How much did we end up saving the con on the new contract?
If you want a real number, and this has so many factors that we're not talking about, at the end of the year, my estimate for how much that meeting saved the con was $13.4 thousand.
We went in with them threatening to terminate the contract and renegotiate it. We left with the contract terminated and renegotiated with much more favorable terms.
And I will always thank you for that, my friend. So the moral of the story for the conversation we just had, for all of you out there who are planning on starting a convention, remember, knowledge is important. Find people who know what they are doing and put them in the proper positions.
Alkali, what is that you're drinking?
It looks like the Chicago River to me.
Yeah, you've got flavors in your glass.
So, this one is straight tequila. This one is tequila and soda. This one is whiskey and Mountain Dew.
That's the one. That's the Chicago River. Hold it up in front of your shirt about the second button.
Is it disappearing?
Yes, you're drinking the Chicago River, just like Boozy said.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's only the... Go ahead.
Sorry, I like the chat. One of them just commented they need a sound clip of Boozy saying, Dragor, shut the fuck up.
And a lot of people heard you say pregnant instead of present. There, I am vindicated.
Oh, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Before we continue on, we just want to mention that up above us somewhere, and I don't know where, is a way to donate to the charity. Let's not forget, during these trying times, charities and other aspects of capitalism are failing miserably. They don't have a system ready to handle what we are going through, but we are furries. We don't care about your system. We want to show up someplace, put on an animal costume, and do horrible things to each other and others that aren't involved, let's be honest. But in that moment, we all know that we are the most generous and most amazing group of people on the planet. If you can give. And if you can't, don't worry about it. This is the furry fandom. They're covered. Enjoy the show, and please don't forget to generously donate to your charity. I need more tequila.
You got me thinking of horrible con horror stories, but I need to save them for tomorrow because Pandez and I are going to be talking about that self-same thing tomorrow at 4, I believe. So no con horror. What?
What time tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow at 4, I think.
4 at 4. Okay, gotcha.
4 at 4. 404. Kage not found. I don't know.
Raz, if we're wrong, please let us know on your private chat, and I will make it happen.
I think Raz was trying to tell us something about the rating, but it scrolled past and I didn't see it. So
I didn't see it, so it doesn't matter.
That's right.
In our private chat, I got a message from Raz saying, guys, ... Ha. We're doing fine.
Yeah, we must be.
Hey, did you read the panel description for this?
What was the panel description?
It says 2 friends just trying to make each other laugh.
Which one of us is not the friend?
Well, you two were initially named first, so I assume I'm just here to bring everybody down. Therefore, did you hear about the Christmas card from somebody's dad they found ripped up on a train?
Well, hold on. I have low self-esteem, so I'm assuming it's me. So did you hear about the story of the guy who made eye contact and continued the story at your own leisure? Because this is America. Eye contact is all that's needed for a sad story.
You're not from the South.
No, he's from the Bronx.
Kage, you can agree with me. You live in the South, correct?
I live in the South, and I'm half Southern on my father's side.
Did you ask Raz 4 p.m.?
We can hear you, Alkali. You're not being quiet when you do that.
Let me ask you a question, Kage. Knowing this, if somebody that you don't know makes eye contact with you on the sidewalk in the South, what is the appropriate response?
If it's a lady, you tip your hat. If it's a gentleman, you smile and give him a little wave. Howdy.
Or you say, hey, how you doing today? Good to see you. Never met you before. Hey, how you doing today? Good to see you. How's your mom and them? Hey, Alkali, if someone makes eye contact with you on the sidewalks of Chicago, what's the appropriate response?
I am a 6'8" fat gentleman. It is open your eyes as wide as you can and lick your lips.
That is the difference between the North and the South right there. When I was in college, I had a friend from New York. And one day we're walking across the campus, and he looked at me and he said, John, can I ask you a question? I said, what? He goes, how do I know all these people?
Tell him thank you.
I said, what? He goes, every time I walk by somebody, they're asking me how I'm doing or saying, hey, hi to meet you and things like that. And I said, oh, no, you don't know them. Like, you've never met these people before. You'll never see them again. It's just a thing down here. If we make eye contact with you, we have to acknowledge your existence. Like, if you watch me walk, I'll make eye contact with somebody back home. Hey, how you doing? They'll say, hey, how you doing? Like, we're getting ready to have a conversation. We just keep walking. We'll never see each other again. But for that one moment, we both know the other existed.
Actually, mentioning the South, I am going to a lot of people ask me sometimes about the fact I travel so often, and I very, very often fly first class. And people say, oh, you must be rich. No, I'm not rich. Let me give you a little bit of a secret from a Southerner. Okay, first off, get a nice hat. And when you travel, wear the nice hat. Now, this is important. If you've got an issue with your reservation, things are delayed or something like that, don't just go to the counter that your flight is taking off from. A lot of airlines have different gates, different counters. Look around for a ticket agent for your airline who is a woman over the age of 60. This is very important. Look for a woman over the age of 60 and get in line. And when you go up, you say, I beg your pardon, ma'am. You'll get first class right then and there. That's all you got to do.
He's right. He's right.
I've got to ask, what do your Southern accents sound like?
My Southern accent?
Yeah.
You know, it's strange you should ask me that, boy. Actually, what do my Southern accents sound like? I have had a linguist evaluate my accent. She was fascinated with my accent. And she said, you have 3 accents. And I said, wait, how could I have 3 accents? Well, she said that when you're just speaking normally, you speak what we call standard academic. It was either standard academic or Atlantic academic. She said, when you are really angry or upset, South Philadelphia comes out. Of course, you get me pissed off, and that's when the South Philly comes out. That's when you know I'm going to totally fuck you up, all right? She said, when you're relaxed or happy, and especially when you're drunk, an Alabama accent comes out. And I think it's because my father, my late father, was from Alabama. He was very laid back, very quiet, very happy-go-lucky guy. My mother is a little bit more type A personality. You get her mad and she'll just kill you because that's what you do in Philadelphia. Somebody makes you mad, you kill them, and she'll kill you, and she won't lose a minute's sleep out of it. So what is my Southern accent? You're going to have to wait till the rest of this bottle is done. As we get to the bottom of the bottle, it will be very, very deep Alabama South. But until that time, it's going to be standard academic, or if you get me pissed off, it's going to be South Philly.
Pat's is better than Gino's.
Okay. You are looking to get a fat lip right now. I'm just telling you that, all right? Yeah.
Go Penguins.
Wait, go what?
It's not Penguins, it's Pens, okay? Remember, I've adopted Pittsburgh. You Philadelphians can keep that gritty thing of yours.
Hey, Gritty is the embodiment of Philadelphia. Gritty
Yeah, he sure as hell is. That's why he's called Gritty.
Gritty is the guy who grew up in Kensington, had a horrible heroin addiction, went to rehab, got clean, came out, has a nice job working for SEPTA now. He likes to watch the Flyers when they play, but he doesn't have a TV, so he goes out front of the row house, sits on the hood of the car, and watches us through the neighbor's window.
That's a little more New York. You got to work on that.
You've been to Kensington lately?
Okay.
Kensington, little New York.
Something else you don't got to know. You have to pay attention to the intermediate I in a word. For example, we got the word beautiful. We got the word Baltimore. We got the word attitude. That I in the middle is enunciated and pronounced as a long E. So don't give me none of your attitude there, asshole, because I grew up there. I know how this shit works, all right?
Alkali, what does your Southern accent sound like?
My Southern accent, I'm not really sure if I have one because I have the Chicago accent, which is just a Southern accent, but faster. So I don't know what to give you.
Hey, you boys talk bird, and I'll tell you what, you sound finer in frog hair. Split 7 ways on Sunday.
All of a sudden, we're in a Mark Twain novel, ladies and gentlemen.
And don't you give me none of your lip, boy.
I'll never forget the day I realized that Chicago has an accent, and it's because of this gentleman right here, Uncle Kage. Would you like to tell me would you like to tell everyone what you told me was the reason I was not invited to Euroference?
I have been discussing with my colleagues at Euroference for a number of years. Hey, this guy Alkali. Yeah, he's a Jew. We're past all that, okay? You guys really need to invite him out here because he's a very, very talented entertainer. He's very, very popular in the United States. I think your people would like him. And they kind of kept, obviously politely dancing around the subject. There was something they didn't want to say. And finally, I cornered Night Fox. I said, okay, look, what is your problem with Alkali? He said, oh, no, there's no problem with Alkali. It's just that he had such a thick accent that we're afraid no one would understand him over here. I said, he's got a thick accent. Actually, what he said was he has a sick accent.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think meant thick, but it could be either one. He has such a sick accent. I didn't think he had an accent. I'm sorry. I didn't think he had an accent.
So what I found out over the years, because Xander's parents also say that I have a thick Chicago accent. And I know the Chicago accent, just elongating the vowels. Sausage, hat attack, the normal Chicago accent.
Yeah.
What they are saying is apparently I speak too fast.
Is that it?
Apparently!
It's okay. Have you ever been in court and had the judge say, slow down, they have to write this?
I'm sorry, court? No. OIA? Yes.
OIA?
Order of Internal Affairs for the stock market. I got to sit in front of them when I was 18 years old. I'm not going to say anything that I can incriminate myself with. Well, let's just put it this way.
Please don't.
Oh, absolutely. The brokers who employed me said, and I quote, whatever you do, don't mention your cheat sheet. The first question OIA asked me is, how do you keep track of the hundreds of orders that come in through your device? And I said, a cheat sheet, and went downhill from there.
You are the worst client. You are the worst client.
You're the worst client. I'm not going to lie. Do you think I care about anyone enough to lie? I'm not going to put my personal being above a job.
Okay. Earlier on, Boozy did a very, very informative discussion about, lawyering and law and all that. But there was one thing he didn't mention, and now it probably bears mentioning. Mr. Badger, if you were giving a deposition, would you please explain to the audience what one should do if one's lawyer says, are you getting tired? Would you like to take a break?
Take a fucking break.
Why?
Because that is code for the lawyer saying, I need to talk to you in the hallway right now.
Because
you have fucked up. The other one is if you're ever witnessing a deposition, like a video, and you see the client who the camera's trained on do this. You know what just happened? Their lawyer kicked them under the table. I'm not joking. Those are valid deposition techniques. Like if your client's talking too much, you just kick them in the side of the leg. You get them to shut up for a moment. If you're like, are you okay? You need a drink of water? You need to use the bathroom? Oh no, I'm fine. You sure? You fucking sure?
You look like your teeth are swimming. You really do need to use the bathroom, don't you?
My other favorite one is we give the advice of listen to the question that is asked and answer only that question. Allow me to demonstrate. Hey, Alkali, do you know what time it is?
No.
There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, Sam, do you know what time it is?
Yeah, it's 6:35.
No.
Yeah, it is.
The question.
It's right here on my watch.
I did not ask what time is it. I asked, do you know what time it is? Do not
Aha.
answer the question that they have not asked. Do you know what time it is? Yes, I do.
Now, I'll be honest with you. The only reason I knew how to answer that question is because I've been in front of OAA like 7 times at this point.
And you had a lawyer do this to you.
Yes, I
You
have.
had a lawyer sit there and go through that. That is a technique they teach you in law school, how to prep a witness for a deposition. That is the exact technique they use. Do you know what day it is? Yeah, it's August 29th. No. The answer is yes. Yeah, I know what day it is. Make them ask you what day it is.
Yep.
6:25, and I knew that she was under 18.
Oh, I hate you.
I know. Another one whole face.
That's
Okay.
like when the cops are like, "Do you have any drugs in the car?" And they're like, "No, they're in the trunk."
That's my normal head.
Now, tomorrow at the con, whatever horror stories we're telling tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
4 Eastern. I got confirmation.
Do you know what time it is?
No.
I know exactly what time it is because that's what the lawyer said to me before I gave a deposition in the case of Luterario versus Anthracon et al. In 2002.
I have one confession before you continue. I looked up this case.
And?
I've read the files. You did wonderfully.
Thank you so much. Oh, I feel good.
Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm an attorney. I have access to a lot of shit you don't think I have access to.
Is that hat made of eyeballs?
Maybe.
It looks like it's made of eyeballs. Oh, wait. That's just horrifying.
That's the bottom hat. He took off the top hat.
Lean your head down. Lean your head down. Alkali, lean down further. Is anybody else getting aroused by this, or is it just me?
What, by the one-eyed Willie there in the corner?
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater here.
In memory of the late great Regines who hid these things all over my house. Yes. I found eyeballs on my rear view mirror in my car, on the garbage can in my kitchen, on the TV in my garage. I will never forget you, my friend.
We all know you all just want to be a beholder.
That's true. Speaking of being a beholder, one moment. Go ahead, keep talking. Go.
Because that's where beauty lies.
Right there. Oh, I can move it.
Move
move the thing. Discord 2.
Move the green screen. You can move the green screen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our fourth tonight. Give it up for Xander the Blue. He exists in a moment. You're close. You're close.
I'm here. It's close enough.
That's close.
Oh, he's out of the robe now.
I'm not in the robe anymore.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Here to mix it up with another old white guy on stage. Yeah.
What I say for Anthrocon Online, welcome to Anthrocon Online. You've got only males.
Hey, it's not like they're not used to it. Anyway, let's change up the subject. Yeah.
This is just for you on Amazon.
What is that? Is that eyes?
700. Yeah.
That's a lot of eyeballs. You have so many eyeballs.
$6.99. $6.99. They're a penny a piece.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't tell this story often because it's a friend of mine who is near and dear to my heart. He needed to go home, but I needed to work, so I drove him downtown and told him, hey, I don't want you to have to sit in Union Station waiting for your Amtrak. Just hang out in my car, listen to the radio. Don't worry about it. I'll see you later. When I got back to my car, he had hidden probably close to 50 different pairs of googly eyes somewhere in my car. Most of them very front and center, on the front window, the back window, the seats, the glove compartment, the radio. And I had to laugh as I pried them all off. And about 6 months later, in the middle of the night, when I had to flip my rear view mirror to night mode because the asshole in a truck behind me was just shining his brights into my eyes, I dropped down my rear view mirror. And perfectly, I'm not saying close, I'm not saying an attempt, I mean perfectly. As I dropped down the mirror, the reflection of myself had two googly eyes right over my face, and I nearly crashed my car. Rakesh, you were the best of us. I miss you, buddy.
Mr. Gish. And also gave us one of our long-standing members of the family, Trashy McNomnom.
Trashy. He put two googly eyes on my trash can, which at one point, because I don't like strong odors, had a lid that was motion censored. But instead of just having a lid, I had two googly eyes and a handle that looked like a smiley face. Trashy McNomnom was a member of the family, and he took our shit.
Oh, Alkali. Good job, Pandas. Good job.
Alkali, I love it.
If you had all those eyes, you wouldn't be able to handle it.
Oh.
I know. So these things happen.
I'm getting drunk. It's your turn to talk.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you have a drink.
You have to figure out how to change the conversation, Alkali, when you make it that serious.
Oh no.
You know.
Well, the panel description is two friends trying to make each other laugh. We have four people, so now we get two Debbie Downers.
And now we're trying to still figure out who the two friends are. Because it's like Werewolf, except with friends. It's Werewolf with feelings.
Alkali, when's your
One
birthday?
night, ultimate third wheel.
Alkali, when's your birthday?
I'm not going to say that over the chat. I'll text you.
He's very secretive.
Doesn't matter.
I am not secretive about my birthday. Shut up.
Oh,
I'm having 2,100 assorted googly eyes.
What?
Happy birthday.
Someone's getting a lot of eyeballs in the mail.
Oh boy, I'm going to pour a drink.
You can get
Those
some
are
to-
phrases you only hear in the furry fandom or serial killer conventions. Someone's getting a lot of eyeballs in the mail.
Oh my God.
It's not good when you have three drinks on the table and two of them involve tequila.
Jesus Christ, man.
Shut up. I love you.
That's
Hell.
about our relationship in a nutshell. All right, anyway.
I'm early for the next birthday.
What?
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Don't worry, let's go. Let's go on.
Shut up. I love you. That's our relationship.
We're trying to move on, Boozy.
What I love is my kid has made fanfic art of me and Alkali to the extent that my spouse is like, okay, can someone just ship Xander and I now? Because everyone seems to ship you too.
It's fine. Dude, I've been with so many people fictitiously. It's okay.
Oh, I've seen your X tube, sir.
Oh,
Sometimes that's
Fictitious.
not.
Is he blushing? He's about to
getting on the camera.
I'll tell you what, though.
Look at
I really liked your oral videos. You earned the name Xander the Blue.
anyway. Hey, it's my catchphrase. Just so happens to be.
I got IFC's mod in our chat.
All right, bring it in. Let's bring it in. We have totally turned into when we normally just talk online. We are streaming.
I feel so bad for IFC's moderator. They're in the chat.
You don't get shit.
Razeth said, please, ... again.
Oh my God.
God damn.
Well, it's to be him, doesn't it?
Oh,
He knew the job was dangerous when he took it.
Here's what I know. Normally, I get yelled at by a member of the board or staff going, Alkali, stop. This time I got, guys, please, ellipses, ha, 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 ha. At least
All right.
it was entertaining.
Let me illustrate it this way with a fable from Aesop so everybody can understand it. There was an old man, and he was going to cross a river, and there was a snake. at the side of the river. And the snake said to the old man, because it's ancient Greece and everybody talks in ancient Greece, right? The snake said to the old man, hey, old man, would you carry me across the river? And the old man said, no way in hell, you're a snake. And the snake said, what, are you a racist? What's the problem? And the old man says, dude, you're going to bite me. You're a snake. That's what snakes do. You're going to bite me. The snake said, no, I promise I'm not going to bite you. So the old man picked up the snake and carried it across the river. And then when they got to the other side, the snake bit him. And the old man said, excuse me, you said you weren't going to bite me. And the snake said, you knew what I was when you picked me up. These guys knew who we were when they put us online. So if they get bit by an old man with a snake on the... Help me, guys, I got lost.
I understand.
What am I trying to say?
If they get bit by an old man, then they have met Kage and he's had just a little bit too much to drink.
Getting there.
You know what? We have 15 minutes left. I'm going to throw this out there. There is a fifth person on this chat, and that is the amazing gentleman who has made this all happen. I'm putting an open invite out there. Raz, if at any point you want to unmute yourself and join us, feel free. You're amazing.
Raz,
thank you for all you did.
Raz.
Well, that's now it's creating a weird situation. So
So let's not forget, let's do a quick moment to thank IFC, Board of Directors, staff, all volunteers. Thank you for making this happen. Don't forget, donate. There is a link directly above us. If you want to donate to the charity, you can. We are furries. If you can help, please help. And if you can't, don't worry about it. We are the furry fandom. By putting that link up there, I can almost guarantee you they're going to be just fine. Thank you. Please enjoy. And remember who we are. Thank you guys so much.
yeah.
Remember.
We'll bite you if you pick us up across the river.
Oh, wait. Oh,
I think we have a Raz.
we don't have a sound though. We need to
Raz, you're muted. Oh,
Is that a Zootopia poster behind you?
happening.
Oh, we're fancy trash today.
Copyright. Boozy, you should know about this. Copyright thing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at that. We're echoing. I
A little bit of an echo, but that's about it. Yeah. Oh boy. Why not, man? That's big. I like that.
So you can edit us if we say something bad.
a little.
So I can say a string of naughty words right now, and you can edit it out. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Hold on. Raz has to answer that.
Like, don't edit it out or don't say them, because I'm definitely saying them.
I really want to, because George Carlin's is 7 words. Can I? Yeah.
All right.
Edit them out.
Let's be honest for just a moment. Kage, him saying, please don't do that, does that not scream convention chairman to you?
Yes.
Raz, congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations on your promotion.
We have in this chat the heads of departments and chairmen for various conventions. Let's see. Alkali, you have headed up so many departments, but you were the chair for First Squared, correct?
That is correct. Past tense, yes.
And you're currently planning DragonCon?
Oh,
Uh,
That is a secret, which is no longer a secret, yes.
You've mentioned it several times.
Have I? That's bad.
Xander, you are, I would say, the first lady of First Squared.
yes, that's true. Yes.
Raz is running this. Kage runs Anthrocon
Mm-hmm.
and Pittsburgh.
We invite you guys.
I have BasementCon. Let me ask, can I see your, you call them chairman fingers, but I think every member of con staff has them, your convention staffers fingers.
They go right here. You might have seen them earlier.
You don't
They
mind
rub
look
at the
like,
temples.
you don't mind look like for BasementCon?
What's yours?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Aren't I your financial director for
Yes, you are. By the way, we need to talk. We don't have directors at Basement Con. We have a cabinet of ministers.
I'm sorry, could you explain to everyone how you become part of the cabinet of ministers at Basement Con?
We decide you need to be punished. You've been naughty and you must pay.
Thank you. We're going. I think we got it. We're going.
Are we doing it?
I think we got it.
Oh, no.
Raz, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. What's he doing? I have no idea.
Wait, hold on. Have you ever heard of a cluster F, but without just the letter? Add 3 more letters after it. We're making that happen.
Des?
We're putting a bunch of people on this chat.
Des was here and now Des is gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, so he's the smart one, is what we're saying.
Canada has left the North American Union. Is that it?
It was worth a shot.
Canada has
We got 9 minutes, guys. We can fill this time. Can't
Oh,
we?
of course.
Chat. What's going on?
No, 9 minutes. I have that.
Understand, not a problem. Not a problem.
Wait,
okay.
somebody come up with 9 minutes worth of conversation.
Okay, wait a minute. We need the Des call. Remember on Pee Wee's Playhouse, they had the magic incantation to bring up Zombie the Genie. We need the Des incantation.
That's true.
Right.
Mecca, like a high Mecca, get in here, ho.
Oh, Canada, my home and native land, true patriot love, in all my sons go man. And there's other words that I don't know because I'm American. From far and wide, oh, Canada, something God for thee. Is he back?
No.
I don't know. You didn't mention maple syrup or apologizing, so I'm going to guess no.
Let's try. Oh, the Queen.
shit.
There's it worked.
It worked.
There he is.
You worked.
Tango Canada, and he appeared.
I told you that was the Des call, the magic Des call.
Yeah.
How goes, gentlemen?
I'm going to try that this time. Thank you, Kage.
I love pandas.
I have been summoned.
You know, 3 wishes. Let's do it.
Pandas, you are now the genie of the chat. Each of us is going to give you a wish, but like in D&D, you're going to tell us how you're going to screw with it. Let's start with Xander the Blue. What is your wish to the genie Pandas?
Wait, what is these wishes?
Make a wish.
I wish for craft dinner because it was mentioned in the chat.
He wishes for craft dinner. How do you screw with it?
You get a whole bunch of plain macaroni and Kraft cheese slices that we are going to melt with a candle.
Yes. Feeding all of our tapeworms. That's for the 5 maybe Kids in the Hall people in the chat. Probably I'm overestimating, but
Thank you to Kids in the Hall people. Raz, what do you wish from the Lord Pandas? Des, make it happen. How do you do?
We start a gas fire underneath your house. They're not cold anymore.
All right, he burst. Boozy, what do you wish of the great Pandas?
World peace.
oh, that's hard.
The world is now a circle. It's only a piece.
Trudeau.
Uncle Kage, what do you wish of the great Pandas?
The state of the world has made me very depressed. I want to go to the doctor and get my feelings checked for free.
Oh man.
I will check your feelings for free anytime, Dr. Conway.
I know.
That sounds like a
Anytime.
dodge, Genie.
Is this a sex thing?
I'm sorry, is anything not a sex thing?
Wait, does Canada have free sex?
Probably.
I mean, depends on who you ask.
It's true. That's it, guys. It's true.
Hold on.
Sir.
We're
Well,
all
my
there.
my spouse is right beside me, and I have to ask them something now. Pandez just told me in Canada people get sex for free. So what's this bullshit?
There's no free lunch.
You've been charging me for a decade.
What?
No free lunches, Boozy. Come on, you know the saying.
Let's be honest. Canada, we all know, is America's top. So,
All right,
Top hat.
We're topping with the COVID anyway.
I have to actually pop out and prepare for something that's happening in 5 minutes. So I just want to say thank you all for being here and being in this panel. You are all amazing for helping out the online event. Each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for being in all your panels this weekend. And to all of you watching, you actually got to see my ugly mug at some point this weekend. So, yay!
We miss you, Des.
Thank you, Des. I like
Thank
you.
I miss you all so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
we miss you, Des.
Oh, I took my tooth with my... No, probably. That hurt.
I do miss Pandez. That is the downside about doing a convention online. So let's start this off. Let's finish this off. We're going to start with Raz. Raz, what are you most looking forward to when conventions go back to being in person? What are you most looking forward to when we go back to being in person? Raz.
Oh my god.
Raz, I used to run for Squared. I have 3 storage lockers filled with equipment. I can't wait to use it again for a purpose other than annoying the living hell out of my neighbors. Xander, we're going to go over to you. Go ahead, Raz. Raz, continue. Look, let me put the short version of this. My college roommate was somebody who was very into, let's go with sound theory. So instead of doing any kind of a prank on our fellow dorm mates, he realized that he could use his subwoofer pressed against the wall to knock the deodorant off the shelves of our neighbors. Raz, I am now imagining you as the same kind of person, and I respect that. Xavier, what are you most looking forward to when we return to the convention schedule?
I mean, it's mushy, but just partying in person with people at First Square, just like a lot of old friends I don't get to see all the time. That's it. That's it. That's all it is.
Could not agree more. Boozy, we're going over to you. What are you most looking forward to getting back to conventions in person?
Is it time to depress everybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You said that we were two friends.
Guys, I miss being able to perform with you all and to hear the audience laugh at our antics. And generally seeing everybody.
Yep.
That is, Yep.
We know you're out there. There's a view count and stuff, but you know it doesn't replace actually being with other people.
It never will.
Nope.
It never will. Kage, finish this off. Kage, what are you looking forward to when we all get back together for conventions?
Oh, my boy, as we've been going, as a comic, I've been thinking of all sorts of humorous responses, but I'm going to give you the honest answer. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got you.
Cheers to that.
It's still there,
North
you know.
of
They didn't...
It's still there, but we ain't. I'm looking forward to being
there. You go.
Raz, you look like you got something to say. Go for it.
Oh, nothing. They apparently just couldn't hear me, so I fixed that.
You're still muted, buddy. Raz, you're still muted.
Apparently they couldn't hear me on the stream, so I
go.
fixed that. I have nothing to say other than you guys
now we
terrify me, and I hope to see you again next year.
Aw, thank you so
Folks,
much.
Please remember to donate to the charity. We're doing this so that we can help all those charities out there that have lost money during this time, think about how many multi-$1,000 checks these small organizations receive from furry conventions each year on stage at the end that make Alkali cry and make the rest of us laugh and be joyful. These people have lost out on those dollars this year. I do know several charitable organizations that have announced they are closing their doors because they are not receiving the donations that they would normally receive. So if you can give, please do. If you can't give, we understand it's a hard time for everyone. But get the word out there and try to support and love and help each other as much as you can, because we are going to get through all of this shit.
Yes.
Damn yeah.
All right.
To close it off, I would like to finish with something that Citrine turned into a song. By the way, I want to thank all of our fellow performers. QQH, Dragor, Uncle Kage, Boozy Barrister. Thank you to all the staff, the board, the volunteers at IFC, to every single person who has made this possible. The traditional Chicago toast. If you know it, please join me. Here we go. Xander?
All right.
Here's to you. Here's to me. Forever friends we will be. And if we ever disagree, leave you. Here's to me.
I don't know if
Thank
we're on.
you so much for joining us, and good night.
All right, good night.
Bye, everyone.
Silver Gato Man, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gato Man, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gato Man, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.